person that's across the street there, he has been impersonating me. The date today, I think right now, is December 16th, 2015. The time right now is 12:25 a.m., which means it's like about 25 minutes after midnight. This person is dressed all in black. For the longest time, I was dressed all in black. I basically only had one change of clothes. All the clothing that I had was all in black. I hope you can see that I'm right now currently mostly all in black. I have a black poncho, and I have black pants on, and as you can see, the poncho kind of hangs down almost down to my feet. Well, this guy is basically wearing a poncho similar to mine. It's not the exact same, but it goes almost down to his feet. He makes it a point to go to the bathroom and to occupy the bathroom that's behind color tile, and he does this every time I try to use the restroom. And then when I walk away from that restroom and give up waiting for him to leave, that's when he leaves. So I know he's a Portland cop or a Multnomah County Sheriff officer, and they have me under illegal video surveillance, and I'm usually asleep right over there in that corner over there, and then when I get up to use the restroom, that's when he goes inside the restroom that's behind this building and occupies it. And then when I go back to my spot to where I'm going to go lay down, that's when he comes out. And I literally caught him in the act. While he was in that restroom, he had a recording device. He had something lit. He's recording me right now. He's over there. He has some sort of a device that's lighting up. This son of a bitch is mimicking me and impersonating me, and he's deliberately and intentionally occupied. Yeah, light up your camera, dude. Go right ahead. I know you're impersonating me. I already know that. Officer Eric Carlson murdered a child. His partner, Officer John Ray, aided and abetted him, and I know you're connected to him. I know damn well you are. You pull that stunt again, and I'll stand there and wait for you to come out and get you up close on video. And I will accuse you of murder. I will outright to your face accuse you of murder. I know you can hear me. There's no traffic noise. I know damn well you have me under video surveillance. I know damn well you wait for me to wake up so that you can occupy that restroom back there and then take it over to deny me access to a bathroom. He has a black poncho on, but it's not a rain poncho. It's not waterproof. Mine's a rain poncho. Mine's waterproof. He's just a son of a bitch that's mimicking and impersonating me. He doesn't even have a rain poncho on, but he does have a black long poncho that goes almost down to his feet because he's an impersonator. He goes where I go and mimics and impersonates me. He's a fucking murderer. This is how Portland Police and Multnomah County Sheriffs frame people for crimes. They mimic and impersonate. Officer Eric Carlson and Officer John Ray murdered a child. And you're fucking trying to frame me for their fucking shit. Officer Eric Carlson and Officer John Ray murdered a child. And you're fucking trying to frame me for his shit. Fuck you, pedophile cop. Fuck you. That cop's guilty of murder. Fucking murderer! Multnomah County Sheriffs and the Dunham family been using doubles since 1971! You're fucking acting as a double right now! Why are you taking the bus now? Body double? Why are you at the bus stop? Body double? Because you're fucking busted! That's why! You're busted! You're fucking busted! Body double! You're busted, body double! How many people did you murder? Why else are you acting as a double for? Body double! Go commit some break-ins, body double! That's why you're impersonating! Fucking piece of shit, man! Gee, you fuckers can frame people for anything if you're gonna act as a fucking body double. Fucking poisoners. Oh, by all means. Take that bathroom again! By all means! Do it again! By all fucking means! You fucking pedophile cop! By all means, do it again! I'll be looking forward to it! You fucking pedophile cop! By all means! You fucking pedophile cop! Fucking cops impersonating people. Cops impersonating people. How many kids did you murder? How many kids did you murder while you act as like a fucking body double? Fucking body doubles, man. You're not even fucking trying to hide it. Officer Eric Carlson, Officer John Ray murdered a child. You're fucking trying to cover their asses. You're an accessory to the murder they committed. You're an accessory. Fuck you, pedophile cop. Fuck you, You pedophile cop! What happened to Jessica? What happened to the child named Jessica? Where is she? Officer Eric Carlson, Officer John Ray murdered her. What are you doing? You're aiding and abetting their asses. Body double. Fucking cops can frame people for anything if they're gonna fucking mimic and impersonate people. Jesus fucking Christ. By all means, pull that stunt again. I'm looking forward to it. She do it again. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Fucking murderers. That person is still over there across the street. That was mimicking me. He's still over there. This person has been mimicking me when I'm asleep in this area. I'm usually asleep in this corner where there's a slight overhang, so it's like it's dry. There's like a small dry section of sidewalk right there, and that's half the time. This is usually an area where I'm sleeping. And there's a restroom in the back of this building, a little outhouse restroom. The establishment here always keeps unlocked. I believe it's for customers that come here. Yeah, he's still over at that bus stop. That body double, dressed all in black, he's still over there. I'm gonna get on video the restroom in question. Right there is the restroom. Now, every time I wake up and I get up to use the restroom, I'm partially paralyzed. I have to use a cane to walk with. It's not easy for me to get to a standing position when I'm laying down on the ground, and I have to use my cane to help to support me to get me to a standing position. So it takes me from the time I start to get up from the ground, it takes me about a minute to get off the ground. And then, of course, I hobble along this walkway here and then walk along this building here, heading towards the back to use that restroom. So by the time I get to the back, that dude is already in that bathroom. Now, he's obviously waiting in a vehicle that is parked right here, and they have me under video surveillance. And when they see that I'm waking up and trying to get up to use the restroom, that's when he takes over that bathroom. And then when I go back to the place where I'm going to lay down, that's when he comes out of the bathroom. Now, if I sat back there for 20 minutes waiting for him, he would sit in there for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. He's sitting there for 2 hours. As long as I'm sitting back there waiting, he'll sit in it. The moment I go back to lay down, that's when he comes out of that restroom. Well, I gave him the impression this time that I went to go use the restroom and see that it's occupied. Oh, and there's somebody over there with a flashlight. And that place is closed. There's somebody walking around with a flashlight. But anyway, where did that dude go? A bus didn't pick him up. Okay, he's still at the bus stop. Yeah, he's still there. It's hard to see because he's dressed all in black. But he must have waited in one of these vehicles. He must be sitting in one of these vehicles and just waiting for me to get up to use the restroom. And then the moment I get up to use the restroom, he takes over that fucking restroom and hogs it. Now this son of a bitch is dressed just like me. If he takes that bus, then he's heading in the direction of the Multnomah County Jail. He's most likely a Multnomah County Sheriff officer, most likely. There's a person heading down the block. That person appears to be all in black. It's most likely either him or one of his partners, and he's heading down the block, a block away, down the street. And he's probably going to backtrack and come up this way again. They don't like the fact that they're caught in their sting operation because they're actually using a double and they're caught in the act. They're not happy about the fact that they're caught. But anyway, I went back there to use the restroom and he was hogging that restroom. So I came back and went to my location and put my suitcase over there back in my spot as though I was getting ready to lay down. But instead of laying down, I just walked right back here again without my suitcase and walked to the back of the building. And by the time I got to the back of the building, that dude was stepping out of the bathroom. He was quite surprised to see that I'm standing right there at that corner and was looking right at him. And he had a device in his hand that was lit up. It was a recording device. So the sting op that's mimicking me and impersonating me took over the bathroom to deny me the ability to use it. I was waiting for me to go lay back down, and obviously I'm under video surveillance, and obviously his partner told him, probably by a radio earpiece, told him that I'm laying back down, so he came out of the bathroom. And obviously him and his partner were over there at that bus stop. Now I'm under the impression I don't see him over there anymore. He must have taken that bus, but his partner was on the opposite side of this closed auto parts place and was walking down the street. And he's probably going to go down all the way down the block and then bank left and come to this street and probably come up to this street and probably get the vehicle that they left here. Most likely that vehicle right there, that silver vehicle right there, is probably their vehicle. And it's probably, those two vehicles right there are most likely their vehicles. And then one is probably backtracking so that he can pick up one of their vehicles. And they're trying to hide it from me. Now, if they have me under illegal video surveillance, and they're going to sit in these vehicles, that vehicle right there, that silver one right there, if you look at the windows don't look wet and the windows don't look foggy. More than likely, that was the vehicle they're just sitting in and waiting. And when they see that I'm getting ready to get up to use the restroom, that's when a dude that's dressed just like me, who obviously enjoys being an asshole, deliberately goes to that restroom and gets into it. And then when I stop waiting for him to come out, and I go back to the place where I'm going to lay down, that's usually when he comes out of that restroom. Now, if I sat back there for an hour, he would sit in there for an hour. And he pretends he's sleeping in there. But the moment I leave that area, he comes out of that restroom. The moment I gave him the impression that I'm going back to my spot to lay down, the moment I gave him that impression, that's when he came out. So the only reason he's using that restroom is to deny me access to it. That's the only reason. And the fact that the dude is dressed just like me and is wearing a poncho that's all black and it goes down to his feet just like my poncho does. He's dressed similar to me. He's got a black hood on. He's got a black poncho on that goes almost down to his feet. I mean, he's dressed very similar to me. He's quite literally mimicking me. Now, he doesn't have a rain poncho. If anything, it looks like a jury-rigged black blanket that he just turned into a poncho. And it just kind of goes down to his feet. It looks like the Multnomah County Sheriff's girlfriends just took a black thin blanket and jury-rigged it into a poncho for the sole purpose of mimicking me, because it doesn't have any functionality as a rain poncho at all, because it's not. So basically he's in a costume and it is impersonating me, essentially. I am actually wearing a black poncho that is a raincoat that I purchased at a Goodwill store. My poncho actually has functionality. It's waterproof. It's a rain poncho. It helps to keep me dry. And it's an extra large. My poncho that I wear is an extra large poncho. That and it fits over my backpack. I'm currently wearing a backpack, but you can't see it. Because the poncho is an extra large poncho and it covers over my backpack. So not only does my poncho keep me mostly dry, it keeps my backpack dry. Well, this dude that's impersonating me and dressing up just like me, these sting ops that are stalking me and impersonating me, they don't know where the fuck I bought this poncho from. But they wanted to mimic and impersonate me, and so they wanted a black poncho that, is similar in size compared to mine. So obviously they had one of their girlfriends whip them up. They took a black blanket and they just jury-rigged it into a poncho. But it's not waterproof at all. If anything, it just looks like a very thin black material that kind of looks like a thin blanket. But it's not a rain poncho at all. It's not waterproof. But he's not wearing it for functionality. He's wearing it because he's in law enforcement and he's acting as a fucking double. He's mimicking and impersonating me in the areas that I frequent. And he doesn't give a fuck if I know it. He's doing this performance for video surveillance cameras, of which law enforcement obviously has in place in this area, because they want to frame me for fucking crimes. And he's not really trying very hard to hide the fact he's dressing exactly like me and going into the areas that I go. Well, gee, if they're going to mimic and impersonate me, they can frame me for fucking anything. Well, I'm already on to their bullshit. I already know Officer Eric Carlson and Officer John Ray were impersonating me, and they were setting me up for fucking break-ins. They were setting me up for a fucking murder. And I caught their fucking asses on an audio recorder that I put in my wife's purse, bragging about the details of it. there is currently somebody walking around in this auto parts area while this place is closed. There's somebody actually on the premises walking around back there, and they don't even care if I can catch them on camera doing it. I don't know if they work there or not. I don't know if they're there legitly or not, but the place is obviously closed, and there's obviously people on the premises, while a double was mimicking, impersonating me on these premises. It looks like that person's still sitting there, because I can see somebody all in black sitting in that bus stop. It looks like he's still there waiting. I think they're waiting for me to lay down. Probably because their vehicles are parked right here on the road. Most likely. Man, I'm tempted to stay up all night long and just sit here and wait for them to go back to their vehicle. He obviously didn't get on he's sitting at the bus stop, and he obviously didn't take the bus. I can see the silhouette of some dude all in black sitting in that bus stop across the street. And oh, lo and behold, what do we have over here? Why, there's a Portland police car parked. That's not a Portland police station. This whole area on the other side of the street here on 82nd is all Eastport Plaza. You can see the big sign in red, Eastport Plaza. Well, that's Sting Up just stopped at that truck. Okay. There's a police car right there. The front of that car and the back of the car is all black. The car in between is all white. That's a Portland police car right there. There is no police station or mini police station at that location at all. And none of those businesses are open at all. It's like the time right now is like 1 o'clock at night. This is Eastport Plaza. The drive-thru there at Taco Bell is still open, but they're closed. You can't go in there to buy a taco. All these stores here are closed. Every business that police car is parked in front of is closed. And this police car is practically kitty corner right across from where I was sleeping, right there. Here, let me stand in front of the area where I was laying down and trying to sleep. There, I'm literally right in front of the area where I'm sleeping. There's my suitcase on the ground. I'm going to turn around, and he's practically kitty corner from me right there. Now, why is there a cop car parked right there when there's no businesses open, but a cop car is just parked there, obviously been there for hours, at least an hour at least? And why is there a double in this vicinity dressed just like me and mimicking and impersonating me? Because they're fucking guilty of murder, that's why. They're trying to fucking pin their shit on me. Somebody give me a fucking bullhorn. The reason I'm fucking homeless is because the Portland Police Department and Multnomah County Sheriffs used their police powers to take over the surrounding apartments surrounding mine. And they were setting me up using doubles at the very apartment building where I lived. And they were poisoning my tap water. And they were breaking into my apartment every time I left my apartment. And they tampered with my foods. Which is why I call them poisoners. Why the hell you think I'm partially paralyzed? Because of you people. Now quote a code and see if I give a fuck. Double user, Jesus Christ. Anything you attempt to charge me with, I'll throw in your face. Double user. Which is why they use doubles. Bear in mind, I have to use a cane to walk. Because they fucking poisoned me. I bleed internally from being poisoned by these people. I'm partially paralyzed because of these people. I can't even fucking sleep someplace without a fucking pedophile cop impersonating me. Gee, what happened to Jessica? Portland Police, Officer Eric Carlson and Officer John Ray did something to poor Jessica. Whatever happened to her, Portland Police? Officer Eric Carlson and his poisonous whore-ass girlfriend were discussing the female child they murdered off. Was it some poor kid named Jessica? Because Officer Eric Carlson and his whore-ass girlfriend, Joan Wager, were discussing Jessica on a drive to Clackamas Walmart. I have a history of saving lives, Portland Police. I have a history of saving lives. The Multnomah County Sheriffs and the Dunham family have a history of using doubles and photogenic photos since 1971. And they have a history of poisoning children since 1973. In the year 2000, my wife, Joan Wager, gets a job at the Multnomah County Jail kitchen as a prep cook. And she immediately begins having an affair with people in law enforcement. The next thing I know, gee, I'm targeted once again by the Multnomah County Sheriffs and by the Dunham family. So when you fucks targeted me in 2000, that's not the first fucking time you people targeted me to sting. You people targeted me in 1971 when I was only 6 years old. God, I will cheer through you like butter in a courtroom. I already knew the Dunhams and the county sheriffs. Already knew the Dunhams and the county sheriffs used doubles and photogenic photos in 1971. I already knew that. No, I'm not all right. I'm being assaulted by plainclothes people and law enforcement. I have the dude on video impersonating me. Did you say something? I can't hear very well. This person's threatening to arrest me. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm a victim of a crime, and I'm being threatened by a cop across the street now. Literally, I'm being threatened. Literally being threatened. I catch people impersonating me, and now a cop goes across the street is now threatening me, telling me I'm going to go to jail if I'm still in this area. Jesus Christ. I'm a victim of crime, and now cops in uniform are threatening me. One cop's impersonating me, the other cop is threatening me. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I'm being threatened by these people. Multiple people. I mean, Jesus Christ, there's people in that auto parts area that... What?
Are you done yelling for tonight?
Well, if I'm not assaulted again...
I've been out here for the last hour listening to you yell. Nobody's been assaulting you. Okay?
The person that assaulted me across the street, he went across the street and went at that bus stop across the street in between Taco Bell and Burger King.
When was that?
And he was with his buddy, and his buddy...
You've been yelling for the last hour, at least the last 40 minutes.
Well, victims of crime usually are not quiet. Not yelling. What a bunch of bullshit, man. What a bunch of bullshit. Fucking piece of shit. Law enforcement. See, the cops don't take complaints. They're more interested in threatening and silencing witnesses against them than they are in taking complaints. I told him I'm a victim of crime. Did he seem interested in taking my complaint or view me as a victim of crime? Or is he more interested in silencing me as a victim? Victims of crimes are not welcome to report crimes. I'm being gang stalked by people in law enforcement in plain clothing, mimicking a person without a and their buddies that are in uniform are doing everything in their power to silence the threat to me and anybody else that tries to charge their fucking asses with a fucking crime. Nobody in this town takes complaints on cops. Nobody in this town cares. Nobody will take a complaint. Cops threaten people that are victims of cops. I have the fucker on video impersonating me. He's not hiding the fact he's impersonating me, and he's not hiding the fact he's frequenting the area that I frequent, and he's not hiding the fact that he's literally sitting in a vehicle, literally on that street, and they obviously have me under video surveillance, and the moment I go to get up, in order to use that restroom, that's the moment he gets out of that vehicle and walks over to that restroom, and he just sits there occupied. And he'll just sit in there until I go to lay back down. The moment I go to lay back down, he comes out. If I sit in the back of that building and wait for that fucker to come out of the restroom, he'll sit in there for hours and pretend he's sleeping in there. He's not homeless. He's not a homeless person. He's not even he's wearing a poncho, but it's not a rain poncho. It's just a costume. Why? Because I have a rain poncho on, and he's impersonating me. So they just fucking jury-rigged some black blanket into a poncho, and that's what he's wearing. That's what he's wearing. I'm a victim of fucking crime. While he's doing this, there's some dude in that fucking parking lot where all those vehicles that are for sale are. He's not saying a word throughout this whole process. He doesn't give a shit that there's a plainclothes cop dressed up like me impersonating me. And he doesn't give a shit that I caught them on video doing it. I'm going to have to find another place now to sleep. I'll probably be harassed and terrorized at that location. I wouldn't be surprised if I get ambushed. I wouldn't be surprised if I wake up later tonight surrounded by 3 to 4 fucking pedophile cops who are hell-bent on battering me to death. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest at all. Not one bit would it surprise me. I'm going to have to end this video. This is just an average night for me, folks. Just an average night here in Portland, Oregon. The Portland police and the Multnomah County Sheriff just murdering off people and framing people and treating it like a sport, and they don't give a flying fucking shit if they're caught by anybody doing it. And they don't give a damn if I catch them on video or if anybody else catches them on video. And when people complain about the crimes these fuckers commit, oh, that's when the cops in uniform show up, and then they just start making threats immediately to silence anybody that complains about cops or about county sheriff officers. Nobody's welcome to report a crime that these fuckers commit, because nobody with a badge will take a complaint.